For many folks, when the city of New Orleans is mentioned, their mind lights up with the idea of all the beads, parades, and all the good times of Mardi Gras. Personally, I think hanging out in New Orleans during Mardi Gras sounds a bit like, well, torture. But that didn't mean I couldn't check out a few decorations. And there's no better place to do this than Mardi Gras World. Indeed, Mardi Gras World is a 300,000 square foot working warehouse right on the banks of the mighty Mississippi. Here we can indulge in all the floats and decorations without all the crowds, drunks, and well, people showing off far more than we care to see. Not only are a lot of the Mardi Gras decorations for the parade stored here, but they're created here. And yes, I said parades, as in plural parades. Apparently, there are a bunch of them every year. Now, the tour starts out with a little video about all things Mardi Gras. And as an added bonus, there was cake. Now, this cake had some significance regarding Mardi Gras, but I'll be darned if I remember what it was. Hey, cake is well, cake. Who needs a reason for such, right? Now, the guide who took us through the place was, well, let's just say if there was ever anyone born to give a tour of a place called Mardi Gras World, well, it was him. Indeed, he was quite fabulous. More than likely, someone who celebrated Mardi Gras on a weekly basis and took a little theater in college. The guy was quite perfect for the place. Now, my experience with float making in college would just cover everything with chicken wire and pump the living heck out of it. But here, I learned the big question was styrofoam or fiberglass. They even had a computerized artist that created the styrofoam art. Jeez. AI is taking over everything. Is nothing sacred? Not only does Mardi Gras World have a great tour, but a great gift shop as well. However, I hear the place tends to get a bit warm during the summer. This is the South, after all. Deep South. Now, remembering that I hadn't eaten in a day or two, I stopped by a quaint little place called Pepperoni's Cafe, where I had a totally fabulous and most scrumptious seafood omelet. Such seemed like the thing to eat in New Orleans. Then I hit River Road to step back into history a bit. Cotton might have been king in some southern states, but in southern Louisiana, sugar was sweet. And the backbone of the local economy was the plantations. Up River Road, 40 miles or so from New Orleans, lies the Whitney Plantation.
Okay, this is the Whitney Plantation. Look at all the live oak trees. Actually, they say the oak trees came around in the 1960s. The house was built, well, a few years before. Like 1760s, well, maybe not that long ago, but before 1960s. I like the trees, so they give a nice effect to it. It's a Whitney Plantation house.
Now, don't expect some fine southern mansion where blushing young brides pose for their wedding photos here. The big house of this plantation is a bit on the fixer-upper side, and it's not all that big. It was built back in the mid-1700s, and the place looks like it's seen every full day of it. Now, my guide said the folks who lived there back in those days were super rich, and they loved to entertain. Unless their entertainment consisted of a game of parcheesi, I'm not sure where they did all their entertaining. Volleyball games out on the lawn, maybe? Now, unlike some southern plantation tours, this was kind of the seeing the plantation through the eyes of those who worked on the plantation tour.
Here at the Whitney Plantation in Louisiana, there's the slave quarters. Looks kind of cramped in there, but it's much better than these quarters. They said they had about 3 to 6 people in each one of these. This prison, and they're made out of metal. In the hot Louisiana sun, yeah, that can't be good.
Now here I wasn't seeing history through the eyes of the fine-dressed southern ladies and gentlemen who were lounging up on the balcony at the big house, sipping on mint juleps while discussing what to wear at the next big fancy social event. Indeed not. This was a tour of seeing the plantation life through the eyes of those who were busting ass out in the hot sun from dawn till dusk. Those poor souls who were breaking their backs through the mosquitoes and sweat rendering work of a sugarcane plantation.
This is the blacksmith shop of the Whitney Plantation. They said it's actually used in the movie Django Unchained. This is where Jamie Foxx was beaten.
Okay, after a little brutal history lesson, I decided to change gears and do something a bit more uplifting. Like, I don't know, how about a cemetery tour? As anyone who has toured the city of New Orleans knows, the area cemeteries are a tourist attraction in themselves. And if it's politically correct to say, enjoy a cemetery, there's no better way to do it than with New Orleans' own Bloody Mary. Her store and museum is a site within itself. Now, the last time I was in New Orleans, I saw author Anne Rice's house, and this time I saw her grave. Not grave, mind you, but mausoleum. Yes, we toured the final resting places of the city's rich folks. Come to think of it, Bloody Mary pretty much drove me all over the city. Now, my tour consisted of me and 3 women from Kentucky who were all celebrating turning 40. Now, that can be a bit spooky in itself. At one stop, we were all looking at a tomb, and one of the ladies cried out, "Someone just grabbed my butt!" I swear it wasn't me. I was way over here. Bloody Mary simply said, yeah, that happens here sometimes. Oh dear, the groping spirit of New Orleans. Now, after a few romps around a few cemeteries, we all returned to an apartment where we went ghost hunting. I was given a pair of dowsing rods, or divining rods. Ask questions, and the rods cross for no, and open for yes. Then I was told to follow where they pointed. And they kept pointing to a bathroom. Over the bathroom, or over the bathtub, I asked if anyone was there. Open. I asked if it was a man. Closed. I later learned that a woman got murdered in that bathtub. Creepy, huh? So if you want to take things a step further, Bloody Mary will conduct a seance. Ooh, this is all so very New Orleans.